So in this stream, we're going to be talking about some of the pros and cons of role lock. The first thing before that, we're also going to be new feature role queue. Choose your role and find a match in competitive and quick play. Well, wasn't role queue already here in PTR? I'm not sure if anything's actually new. So we're going to queue for either tank or damage, but we're also going to ask these guys like what they think about role queue, because I can't actually see any reason to have this thing. Like one of the arguments that's being used in favor of role queue is that it gives you more balanced composition, or it gives you the 2-2 composition, but there's being an assumption made here, which is that 2-2 is balanced. It's not balanced because you have so many characters within the damage category, and all of them can fulfill different roles within themselves. The whole damage category isn't just pure damage, you know. You have different things within damage that can also serve as tank in some ways. And similarly, in the tank category, you have heroes that can serve to do damage. And that's why 2-2 is a fundamentally flawed concept.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
And actually is potentially very bad for the game and the freedom, which is what Overwatch was marketed as, you know, that you could have a freedom switch to any hero, not just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 heroes. 7 heroes that I can choose from, and 8 if you include the one that Zarya's taken. Hi guys. Opinions on role queue? Are we positive, negative? Gonna be great. Why do you say that? Why do you think it's gonna be great?
I mean, I don't have to spend all the energy on making a team in the... I mean, most of the time in normal you're super tired before you even go out of spawn door in competitive. Just trying to make everybody like switch to something that isn't 5 DPS.
So what you're saying is that you don't want to spend the time to like form a team, and 2-2 allows you to just go into a game and just walk out the spawn.
I don't want to spend the energy. I feel like I can't play it well because I'm tired when I get out of the door. Trying to make something work.
I mean, you have a point, but it's like if you want to have a good game, you know, maybe you should spend the time and the energy.
Yeah, but the game does that exact thing for me now.
But this is the thing, right? Is 2-2 won't guarantee you have a good game, or even that you have a good composition.
But it's way more. I've played it a lot, and it's way more often there's a good game than a bad game now.
But you don't know if that's because of 2-2 or that could also be because of other factors, you know, that aren't related to 2-2.
Is there any possible way that you could just play the game? I'm really not having arguments.
Well, I just want to discuss about role lock, you know, before it goes live.
Like you want to discuss about it, it seems like you don't want to about it. People don't support it.
You does that.
I can't hear what that guy's saying. Maybe I need to turn my sound effects down. Maybe my game volume. I didn't quite hear what you said. Can you repeat that?
Like, this just has like need to spend as much energy on everything. Everything goes like the same.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just less energy on the unnecessary.
I understand what you're saying. In a way, you have a point, but it's like, I can't focus on these guys when I'm trying to make the point.
I don't know how I'm supposed to like say it in a better way. Like, you can play whatever you want, and you don't have to like switch to stuff you can't actually play, and yeah, don't have to spend as much energy.
I mean, this is the thing I hear a lot, right? Is that you can play whatever you want with Rollock, but this is something you could always do, regardless of having roll queue. You could always choose what you want. The game never limited
Yeah,
you.
but you couldn't. If you wanna win, you couldn't.
You could. I mean, there's a perception that the only way you can win is with 2-2-2, but that's
No, I mean the only way I can win if I have actually one support at least.
so. What? So you need one support, right?
Yeah, and at least one tank, and that is a minimum, and then the chances of winning are still really small.
So then why don't we make it 4-1-1 as the comp?
Because I think like from a developer point of view, it's probably better just to have like so every role. Like why did I a role in as from the one who makes it the game? Or let's
I think I see what you're saying. It's like
huge though.
it's like they want you to play all of the roles, right?
Yeah, exactly. They don't like. Oh wow, that was a thing still.
But the problem I have with that is that most of the heroes in this game are within the damage category, right? So by forcing you to play two from the smaller categories, you're actually not having the balance of, what most of the heroes are.
I think they're slowly fixing that currently, actually. I think that is because they had 4 categories in the beginning.
Right, so it's
I need
a
to go
personal
deep and
mission
dive this
to
widow.
tear down 222. So why don't you just tell us what you hate about 222, rather than trying to take very weak points and make them even weaker?
I dislike a lot of things about 222. The biggest thing that I dislike would probably be the freedom of choosing whatever hero I want to play from whatever role. The problem I have is I don't enjoy like heroes just from one certain role. I enjoy it from different roles, and I like being able to swap to the one that I want.
That is
So
true,
you
but
can
I
literally
felt
still
like
do that. You just don't. You want to be able to do that all the time, instead of during the
even
game.
for a match. The problem I see in that is people do it when their role is actually needed. Like main tank switch from tank all of a sudden. For
But then it's like it's taking away my freedom because some people did not use it correctly. But I mean, I never did that.
yeah, but I feel like it's just way more balanced.
You're arguing the exact same way you're arguing against. You're saying, so because some people do it, I can't do it. It's the exact thing you were arguing against. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying you're trying to use the exact same argument against 222 that people are using for 222.
I'm not sure I follow you. What do you mean? Are you still there?
He left.
Let me try and understand what that guy was saying. So basically, my point here is that what was I saying? I was saying that some people, yeah, they do abuse the freedom, right? And they just randomly switch during the middle of the game. I never do that, right? Like, I make the switch if I feel it's going to help our chances of winning, you know? I don't do it just because randomly. So why should I be limited and punished when it's not everyone is abusing that? And I want to play, you know, with my friends sometimes, and we should be allowed to take the responsibility and make the decisions, you know, for ourselves. But what that American guy was saying is that I'm trying to make the same argument that could be used by supporters of role queue. I think that's what he was saying. So what he was saying is that the argument could go either way, right? But it's like the starting point. We're starting off from not having role queue, and then that's being brought in. So that's the difference. Is that this will be added to the game where it wasn't before. And I'm trying to find out why is it necessary for it to be added. And the other guy, I like the way that he made his argument, right? He was acknowledging the downside as well, but he was also saying his viewpoint was that he doesn't want to have to spend the energy, the time, to form a team and then potentially lose in the spawn room. And he believes that 222 is going to solve that, right? But the issue is you have to believe that 222 is the most optimal way to play the game in order for that to be true. And that's not proven to be true. Oh, how did I get put into damage? And he was also saying, you know, what was he saying? He was kind of saying that 222 is balanced, right? Because it takes heroes from all of the roles. But here's the thing: it's not balanced in the sense of the number of heroes, right? Most of the heroes are within the damage category, so it's not in that sense balanced. Jeez, what? I'm not sure how I just died there. So overall, it's a very interesting discussion. Maybe I should ask these guys. Hey guys, what do you think about role queue and 222? How did that Symmetra not die?
It'll take more than that. Stop.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hansoap. I appreciate the follow. I just got a notification on my phone, but I can't actually read your chat if you're saying anything in the chat because I don't have a second monitor and I can't play the game in windowed mode. But I would be interested in hearing your opinions on role queue. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? I think it's a very bad idea. I'm very opposed to it. As you know, if you've been following me, you probably know that. Guys, can you hear me? Are they in voice? I want to find out your opinions. Survey for you. This guy, this Nooch guy, he had a good opinion, you know. He wasn't trying to force his opinion. Whereas some people are very adamant in their opinion, and they want everyone to feel the same way as they do. I mean, I accept some people enjoy role queue, right? And these people also need to accept that there are reasons for not wanting this. Oh, I thought yes, got him. So I want to try and address what these guys are saying, right? Which is that they say that 2-2 is balanced. It's not balanced though, because it's only balanced from a mathematical point of view, you know, which is that 2 equals 2 equals 2. Other than that, how can we say that this is balanced when you have like 16 heroes in the damage category and you have like 8 for tank and 8 for support, like something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So obviously they've given you these heroes in the damage category, and you're going to be more likely to find a hero that suits your style, right? And that's the whole point of Overwatch, is you play any hero, any style that you want. That was the appeal, that was the way it's marketed to us. And to have that taken away is like breaking the whole point of Overwatch, the whole promise of a hero shooter where you can switch at any point to any hero. And if I wanted limitations on whether I could switch or not, then I would just play Paladins, you know? Because in Paladins you're just locked to one hero throughout the whole game. And that was my main issue with that game, is not being able to switch. Now you could say, yes, I can switch to any hero within my role. You could say that, right? But the issue with that is I don't enjoy any other hero within my role, within the damage role, other than Doomfist. None of the other ones are enjoyable to me, so what do I do, right? The only other hero I enjoy is Wrecking Ball, and Wrecking Ball is within the tank category. Broken Fist loses. I guess these guys are happy. What was I just saying? This is the problem with waking up early, is, you know, I can't keep on to my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was saying that, you know, I enjoy Doomfist and I enjoy Wrecking Ball. These two heroes are my favorite heroes in Overwatch. And I want to be able to switch on the fly between them. I love going to Wrecking Ball because he's extremely fast, you know, extremely speedy. And Doomfist for similar reasons, and they have a very similar playstyle. They have a very transferable skill set as well. The only thing is that Blizzard arbitrarily decided to put one of them in the damage category and one of them into the tank category, right? So it's completely arbitrary. Well, it's very much arbitrary, right? When Blizzard created this game, they didn't sit down and think, we're going to make a tank hero. We need a tank hero, and we need a damage hero, we need a support hero, right? When they made this game, what they actually thought was they sat down and thought, this character design looks good. We'll give him this amount of HP so that he's balanced, you know, but maybe we won't give him this much damage to balance it out. And then once they've created that character, then they put it into the category, right? But here's the thing: Wrecking Ball is a tank, right? But he's also a disruptor. Basically, Doomfist and Wrecking Ball, I would place them in a separate category, which would be known as disruption. Now, within the disruption category, you could also have other heroes, like maybe even Mei, I don't know. Would you count Mei as a disruptor? Maybe Tracer. Let me just remind myself what the heroes are. So I would consider. I mean, Pharah does have a lot of disruption potential, right, with her booping and stuff. I wouldn't really consider Widowmaker a disruptor in the sense of her main role is literally damage, doing damage. Winston, you could say, is a disruptor. He jumps in and, you know, makes chaos. And Wrecking Ball is definitely within that category. So what they would need to do, for me to accept this idea of role queue, is well, we invent our own categories, right? And we have our own separate role SR system for each of the categories that we invent. Let's say I invent the new role known as disruption, and you put Wrecking Ball in there, you put Doomfist in there, and I'm around the similar skill between these two because they have a very similar transferable skill set, right? But then my Widowmaker is absolutely terrible because I don't have a cute, like, I don't know how you aim, you know? I have no idea how to aim, especially not at Diamond Plus level. Maybe I'm a Gold Widowmaker. My Doomfist is Master, right? And my Widowmaker is Gold. So by having these roles and locking me into this role, you're basically saying I'm as good as a Doomfist as I am as a Widowmaker. That's absolutely not the case, you know? I'm much closer in skill to my Wrecking Ball, to my Doomfist. You can have a look at my stats. So I'm around high diamond with Doomfist. There's no way I'm high diamond with Widowmaker, right? My aim is terrible. So if you think this is gonna ensure that the people on your team are always playing to the skill set that they have, you're wrong, because skills are often transferable more between a damage hero and another tank hero than it would be between a damage hero and another damage hero. Also, Sombra is very much not a straightforward damage character, right? She would be into this disruption utility kind of damage. Maybe even Symmetra. Symmetra was originally placed in the support, right? And this just goes to show that Blizzard are it's not solid, right? The categories. They originally considered her to be a support because she would give her shield thing, and she had a teleport to like transport people, and she still has a teleport, right? And that's still giving a support to her team. And her ultimate is basically 100% support. You know, it's not damage oriented. Her ultimate is. I mean, we can have a look and see what's her ultimate. This is her ultimate. Photon barrier. Deploy a massive energy barrier. Now, how can you argue that this is in any way a damage oriented ult? You know, this is tank ult. This is to block damage. It's a support ult to help your team, or a tanking ult. So these roles that Blizzard have given, the categories, are very arbitrary, you know. And as a result of having the roles be arbitrary and the categories not being so defined, 2-2 does not make sense. It does not guarantee you a balanced, in quotes, balanced composition. It does not give you that. What it does give you is a false sense of balance, because you have the number 2, 2, 2, right? And you think that's balanced because they're equal, and you have 6 heroes in a team, and you want to divide the team equally. That's the only sense that is balanced. And that guy I was having a discussion with, the American guy, he was saying, you know, why didn't you tell us why you think this is so terrible? Instead of come. Hello, guys.
Yo, man.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
What do you think about role queue? What's your opinion?
I think it's great.
Can you explain why?
Because when I want, I can change to DPS. I'm a main tank, but when I want, I can play DPS and support. And there is no, changes during the game that someone will change to a third or to a
I think
third
the best-
DPS or.
I think the best thing is that you have three different SRs. Like, for example, I'm way better support than DPS. Like, I'm legit a bronze DPS.
Yeah,
But I still can play because I still wreck noobs in bronze than with DPS. While I wreck plats in
yeah, that's the thing.
support.
Hmm.
I don't know if the break is a good call right now, though.
So I think I understand
Well,
what
it
you're
would have been
saying.
better.
Let me just deal with this Reinhardt, because I can't focus and talk at the same time. No! Help me, guys. Damn it, man. I think I understand what you were saying there, Sir Zarya. What you were saying is that you don't have to worry about people switching mid-game, right?
Yeah.
But I will miss goats. I love goats a lot, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
Well, I respect your opinion, but I feel like it's not a significant problem in the way that people believe.
Other player. Genji also high ground.
No! Just gonna run away, like a true alpha Reinhardt. Runs away when he knows that he's about to die. Gotta show my alpha. And charge him like this.
Widow sleeping behind.
Can we play Mei? Oh, fuck.
Let's regroup.
Well, at least I got my ultimate. It's really hard to
What
focus
the
on what
heck?
I'm trying to say and then trying to play the game as well. And like trying to have a debate with these guys,
I got rally.
because they're making the points that I want to address, but I
Nice.
can't focus. Wow, I got 3? What? That was random. Interesting. So what was that guy saying? I need to go back and like rewatch this video, so then I can address what they're saying, because it's too hard to play the game and think on a critical level, I'm gonna try and push these guys. They're gonna think I'm gonna use ult, but I'm not. Oh, someone
Guys.
Oh shit.
was backcapping.
Rip.
So yeah,
Man, and that Anna, stop fucking DPSing it. It triggers me so hard, man.
and this is the thing with roll Q, right? It doesn't prevent you from DPSing with a healer if you want to.
It's annoying as shit.
What? How did I get the nano and not get the heal? What?
Dude, they play so well together. It's insane, dude.
Nah, we're just bad. They might have Shatter, I think. Okay, got my ult.
Shoot. Winnable. Winnable. That's winnable.
Losable. I got this, boys.
Dude! This Reinhardt is annoying me.
Just gonna confuse them a bit. Spin around. Play super aggro. Just gonna charge the Rhine, the Zarya.
Winnable. Come on, man.
Oh, maybe not the best plan.
No.
So far away.
Guys, fall back. Reinhardt is alone. He's low. Back.
No. So I should probably go Wrecking Ball. You know, at least I have gold damage.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Fuck my life, bro.
So here's the thing, right? It's the heroes that I enjoy.
The thing is, not everybody even is in voice chat, so that really sucks.
This
The
is
heroes-
just a warm up.
The heroes that I enjoy are from different roles.
Yeah, it's my first game of the day too.
Yeah, mine too.
Like Wrecking Ball, like Reinhardt, and Doomfist. Those, I would consider those to be my favorite heroes, probably. If I look at my all modes, then you could include Widowmaker, but Widowmaker is from a very long time ago. And yeah,
Riot police, my friend.
Roll Q is going to prevent me from doing that.
Alright, just go focus fire and we're gonna win this.
Mm.
Go play May and Reaper, please.
I wonder if these guys are aware that PTR is going to shut down like in a couple of hours, and none of this
Reaper,
is
can
going to
you
be
play May?
meaningful. You know,
May also works as well.
the SR doesn't transfer, so might as well have some fun. You know, guys, it's just PTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still like to win. I don't like to lose.
Well, fair enough. You know, I can respect that.
If you wanna lose, quick play. It's also roll queue.
Oh. What just pushed me? What's his hands doing? Playing a bit passively there.
Back into the fray.
Reset. I don't think this is winnable.
We go back.
Oh,
Woo!
it's unfortunate. Maybe I should go for a like surprise charge. Why don't? Jeez, what? Keep getting hit by these rocks just randomly. Ouch.
Okay, they used ult.
They're still fighting me yet.
I got rally.
But I feel like
Go, go,
these
go.
guys are making
Go
the
through the
points that,
shield.
that I want to address when it comes to role queue. You know, they make the points, but I'm not sure if they see the counterpoints to them.
Genji and Tracer coming behind you.
Tracer low. Tracer one. Nice.
I'm just gonna push them.
I have no healing line.
That was nice.
Nice.
Plop. Do we combine it, Reaper?
My ultimate is ready. Let's do this.
I think you should combine Moira into Grav.
Fine with me.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Nice. Good shit.
You see what that was there, right? That was a distraction play. You know, I knew I was gonna die, but I just kept that Sigma. They're busy. Oh, come on, really? Why does my charge just... I mean, I have to admit, I'm not the best Reinhardt, you know?
You have no support, so.
I'm pretty rusty right now. So yeah.
Yes, your group.
Don't hit, please. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay, it's fine. Regroup. Go on top of the castle and then drop down and use Death Blossom. You can like Leroy Jenkins Shatter and then Death Blossom.
So I feel like we've covered some of the reasons that are in favor of Role Lock, right? But we haven't really talked about the reasons against it. So I'm gonna try maybe go into that bit.
No way.
And the primary reason that I would say against this is restriction
It's
and
so
freedom.
fucking annoying, man.
And freedom is not. Freedom is always
Brick
desirable
isn't reliable anymore against
where
Tracer.
possible, right? Games that restrict your freedom, they don't turn out well.
They are so overextended.
Like League of Legends tried to implement this role lock thing. I don't think it worked out.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Can someone touch?
No.
Yep.
GG.
GG.
Play of the game.
And I mean, just think of the most popular games in the world, like Fortnite, Minecraft. All of these games have one thing in common, which is they give you a massive amount of freedom, right? GTA. All of these kind of sandbox style games and just very free roam. Not free roam, but like they give you the tools and you can do what you want with the tools, right? They don't lock you into things like with Minecraft or with Fortnite or with GTA. And these are all video games, right? But what about actual sports? I'm top 500. Interesting. Don't we have to play like 25 games before you get put into top 500? It says I'm like position 128 something. Yeah, it's not showing me on the top 500. But what was I just saying? I was just talking about like making the comparison to other games, you know, such as Fortnite and GTA and Minecraft, and games that give you freedom. And role queue is taking away that freedom. It's preventing you. You can't argue that it's possibly giving you more freedom, right? And if you want to argue that restriction does give you more freedom, for whatever reason you want to argue that, you know, you have the ability to restrict yourself to those heroes. If you want to restrict yourself, then restrict yourself. You know, you have the ability to form your own team, find your own team, and do that, or play with your friends, and tell your friends, you know, we want to have this restriction. We're going to pretend that you can't actually swap, so play with these rules. Make your own rules up. All of the best games in history give the player that freedom. And even football, even as it's referred to in America, soccer, but most of us just call it football, you know. Even that doesn't have many, as far as positions of the players. It doesn't have hard rules apart from the goalkeeper. Like both teams have to have a goalkeeper, right? Apart from that one goalkeeper, the rest of the 10 players on each team, they're at the discretion of the coach. That's how they take their positions. You know, it's not you're locked into this thing. That's not by the laws of the game itself. That's at the discretion of the coach or the manager of the team. So, like, let's say Ronaldo is playing front striker, or offensive. I'm not sure what the word would be. Offensive, front, and obviously you have midfield, you have defense, and you have goalkeeper. And the only role out of those that is locked is the goalkeeper. You know. So if the most popular sport in the world, and we're talking about real sports here, not just esports, you know, the most popular sport in the world has like 4 million, or was it 4? I'm not sure the exact number. I mean, obviously there's a massive amount of like 400 million, something like that, of followers of football, and that's the most popular game in the world. So if the most popular game in the world has survived for so long without enforcing rules, why do we need to enforce rules for Overwatch? Why does its success apparently depend on this? It doesn't, you know. It can very much be as successful, but not only as successful, but more successful, you know. I'm not sure if Hansup is still here, but I've just left the game, and now I can read his chat. What he's saying is, debate time. There is only one argument that is true. You buy the game, you can play whatever you want. And he's absolutely right, you know. You buy the game, you should be able to play whatever you want. And this is the way that Overwatch was marketed to us. That you would have the ability to switch to any hero on the fly and choose any hero you want. And that promise is being broken. Maybe it wasn't verbally promised, but it was very much a marketing feature of Overwatch, was the fact that you had these almost 30 heroes that you could switch between. It wasn't 8 heroes, right? It was 30, or whatever the number was at the time. And let's continue reading what he says. He says, all the other arguments are subjective and not objectively true. Well, he's got a point, you know. It's all subjective, but everything in this matter is subjective when it comes down to it. I'm not sure you can objectively prove that a game feels better doing this. You can only take the subjective opinions, and you can only base things subjectively. But what we can do is look at objective facts, which are like we can look at the objective facts, which are that 2-2. There's no way it's mathematically balanced when you take into account that most of the heroes are in the damage role, you know. So it doesn't make sense to have 2-2 as the composition. And then he says, anyways, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, man. Thank you. No, chat feels bad, man. I'm not sure if I have met this guy before. Do I know him? I'm not sure. Unranked to diamond. Well, I'm gonna pause the stream for now, and I'm gonna look back over the video and just go. I'm gonna take note of what the guys said that I was speaking to, because they made some points, you know, and I want to address them. But it's really hard to focus on their points and play the game at the same time. I'm not a multitasker, you know. I can only focus on one thing at one time. So I'm gonna go over what they said in a later session. So I'm gonna stop the stream for now.